പെരിയപേട്ട ശിവഗിരി തീർത്ഥാടകരെ, സഹോദരി സഹോദരന്മാരെ, എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ നമസ്കാരം. മതം ഏതയാലും മനുഷ്യൻ നന്നയാൽ മതി എന്ന മഹാതത്വം ലോകത്തിന് നൽകിയ ശ്രീനാരായണ ഗുരുവിന് എൻ്റെ പ്രണാമം. ശ്രീനാരായണ ധർമ്മ സംഘം ട്രസ്റ്റിൻ്റെ മുഖ്യ കർമ്മ മണ്ഡലം ആയ ശിവഗിരി ബ്രഹ്മവിദ്യാലയത്തിൻ്റെ കനക ജൂബിലി ആഘോഷം ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്യാൻ അതിയായ സന്തോഷം ഉണ്ട്. ആലുവ അദ്വൈത ആശ്രമത്തിൽ ശ്രീനാരായണ ഗുരുദേവൻ സംഘടിപ്പിച്ച ഏഷ്യയിലെ രണ്ടാമത്തെ സർവമത സമ്മേളനത്തിൽ ഗുരു മുന്നോട്ട് വച്ച ആശയം ആയിരുന്നു ഈ ബ്രഹ്മവിദ്യാലയം. ആ സമ്മേളനത്തിൻ്റെ ലക്ഷ്യവും ഗുരു വ്യക്തം ആക്കി വാദിക്കാനും ജയിക്കാനും അല്ല, അറിയാനും അറിയിക്കാനും ഉള്ള വേദി. ഭഗവത്ഗീത, ബൈബിൾ, ഖുർആൻ എന്നിവയുടെ തത്വങ്ങൾ ദിവസവും ചർച്ച ചെയ്യും ഈ ബ്രഹ്മവിദ്യാലയം അറിയാനും അറിയിക്കാനും ഉള്ള മാതൃക സ്ഥാനം ആണ്. I have been informed that the main objective behind the establishment of this institution was the study and propagation of Guru's principles and vision. Along with this, Gurudev had suggested to ensure facilities to study the main teachings of all major religions, different traditions. At that time, that is in 1924, Guru had aimed to raise 5 lakh rupees for this Brahma Vidyalaya. Guru's idea was to select as brahmacharis the youth with an aptitude for ascetic life, to impart sannyas to the qualified and truly inclined among them, and to send them to work for society. Paropkarartha Priyatnam. The Brahma Vidyalayam is realization of Guru's dream of having a place to teach the principles of all religions to students, irrespective of their religion. I'm absolutely delighted to be here, and I express my gratitude for the invitation to come and inaugurate the Golden Jubilee celebrations of Brahma Vidyalaya. I have the written speech ready with me, but I want to depart from them because Swamiji, the previous speakers, have said so many things which touch your heart, which show the path to this world which is torn with problems. The very name Brahm Vidyalaya, Atmanam Vidhi, know yourself, as Pujya Swamiji has elaborated this. Actually, this is the teaching which comes to us from our ancient rishis, our thought leaders. We have forgotten about it. And that is why we need a Swami Vivekananda, we need a Sree Guru Narayan, we need these Swamijis to remind us about our heritage. If we really understand the significance of the teaching and live up to those teachings, we can not only solve our own problems, but we can show the path to the world. We can pave the way for a new world order which will be free from the tensions which we witness today because of difference of different religions, different traditions. The modern West has given the concept of dignity of mankind. It is not very old, not even 150 years old. But that concept of dignity of mankind has spurred the world. And the world has accepted the concept of, based on that basic principle of concept of dignity of mankind, we have accepted fundamental rights which are given status of being inalienable and invariable. But not 150 years back, but more than 5,000 and maybe much more than that. Ancient India had given the concept of divinity of mankind. Mankind is a great concept, I have no doubt. But divinity of mankind is much more comprehensive. And the teachings of Sree Narayana Guru are essentially rooted in that ancient concept of divinity of mankind. Names do not matter. Name of the religion, name of the Mutt, name of the path, they do not matter. What matters, in the words of Swami Vivekananda, is I want to teach unto mankind their divinity and its manifestation in all movements of life. Paramhans Ramakrishna said, Yatha mat tata pat. There are as many pathways to reach the supreme, the eternal truth, as there are individuals. Pirkirti yanti bhutani. Each individual, each human being acts according to the natural disposition on which that person has been created. What is Brahma Vidya? Brahma Vidya is nothing but an attempt to know yourself, my attempt to know myself. Bhagavad Gita says, Brahma Vidyaya Yog Shastre Krishna Arjuna Samvada. Brahma Vidya is intellectual inquiry, rational investigation. We want to find out. We are all subject to death. The science tells us that maybe these hills which you see around, maybe few thousand years back, they were the seabed. Everything is subject to change. Everything is changing. This is human inquisitiveness to know whether there is anything which is unchanging behind this changing scenario, or everything is just temporary, just fleeting. So this, what Gita tells us is that Brahm Vidya is rational investigation, intellectual inquiry, and Yoga Shastra is practical discipline, which will convert an intellectual proposition into a life conviction. My intellect leads me to certain conclusions, but Indian tradition tells us that mere bookish knowledge, mere intellectual exercise cannot liberate us, cannot give us the knowledge of the self. Then what gives that? That intellectual proposition needs to be converted into a life conviction that comes through tapa. Tapa, what is tapa? It has been defined variously. Panini says it is alochana, that is self-introspection. But one of our Upanishad tells us, when this question was raised, various answers were given. But the answer which appealed to almost everybody was, tapa is swa adhyay and pirvachan. To be totally, sincerely devoted to pursuit of knowledge. And when you realize that, you have that, just how Swamiji said, religion is nothing but realization. Swamiji said, possibly. Religion is nothing but realization. And when you reach that stage of realization, then you have this tremendous thirst, hunger to share that experience of yours with others, which led Kapil Muni to have dialogue with his own mother. Kapil Dev Ahuti Samvad. And my favorite shlok in that Samvad is Atmam Sarveshu Bhuteshu Bhutatmanam Kirtalayam Archaye Dan Manabhyam Maitri Abhinen Chakshusha. See each one, each being as my temple. And the way you show reverence to your deity, me, show that reference to each one because I reside. Again, the same thing. Man is, and when I say man, women are included. So I would say that women, in which man is included, they are all potentially divine. So the way you go and offer your devotion in the temple, show the same respect to this person. Because I reside, there is my idol, and I reside in this individual unseen. Help that person in any manner that you can. And in a manner, with an attitude of abhinen chakshusha, where you do not make any distinction. This person belongs to my caste, this person belongs to my family, this person does not belong to that guru. No. Once you, that is what Brahm Vidya is. Bhagwan Ram, when he was going to the forest, the night before, the younger brother, who was deeply devoted to him, he loses his temper. becomes very angry and started criticizing his father, that is Dashrath, in a language not becoming of a son. He uses a strong language and he says that it is our father who is responsible for this tragedy which has befallen the family. Bhagwan Ram listens to him patiently and then tells him, Daho miti ya buddhir vidya sa pir kirtate, na ham dehashri datmet buddhi vidyate bhrnite. Those who think, I am this body, who thinks like that, he is a victim of avidya, ignorance. And one who knows that I am Chaitanya Atma, I am conscious soul, he truly has the knowledge. You are victim of ignorance because you feel that for 14 years our body will be subjected to pain and torture in the forest. But you are not this body. I am not this body. And one who knows, and this is what Brahma Vidyalaya must be doing, and one who knows that I am not this body, I am Chaitanya Atma, same Atma which dwells in each being. And we are all interconnected. Such a person has knowledge. Even if I remember correctly, even great Shankaracharya has said, Na me rag dvesho, na me lobh moho, madonev menev matsarya bhava, na dharmo, na chartho, na kamo, na moksha, chidanand rupa shivo ham shivo. Meaning, the moment you reach the stage which comes as a result of Brahma Vidya, where you lose the feeling, sense of envy, sense of enmity, sense of even favor, sense of attachment for anybody. When you know that you have come to that stage, then rules of Dharma are for the people who have not reached that stage. Now, then even rules of Dharma are not needed. Why? Because you have identified yourself with this, with the eternal truth. And that is why in Indian tradition, the realized souls, their faith, personal faith, their conviction does not get injured by respecting others, by accepting others. Paramhans Ramakrishna, I can, as far as I know, you can go on quoting from the life of Sree Narayana Guru, the famous incident in Sri Lanka, where Mr. Abdul Qadir comes to him, and during the next visit of Sree Narayana Guru, during that period, he had become a follower of the Guru, and he was so deeply impressed by the Gurudev. He changed his name, he changed his dress, everything. And from Abdul Qadir, he became some, I don't remember what name he had given to himself, some Swami. During the next visit, he comes to visit, when he comes to know that Swamiji is visiting Sri Lanka, he comes to him, meets him, and Swamiji Gurudev refuses to recognize him. He says, I know Abdul Qadir, I do not know you. Paramhans Ramakrishna says, from books you do not realize the truth. Bookish knowledge, doctrines, they do not work. I want to study Christianity. So I will live as a practicing Christian for 2 years. I want to study Islam. I will live as a practicing Muslim, not only offered 5-time prayer, but insisted on giving the call which people say azan, call to the faithful, come and pray. Swami Vivekananda says, in order to realize the truth, I shall go to the mosque of a Muslim and pray with him. I shall go to the church of a Christian and kneel before the cross. And I shall sit with the Hindu who is meditating on the same truth. In our culture, in our ethos, there is no room for exclusivity because we believe, people say, Shankaracharya established 4 mutts and he created unity in India. Unity is not created by buildings. Unity is created by ideas. Shankaracharya gave 4 Mahavakyas to these 4 mutts. They come from 4 different Vedas, but they mean the same thing. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, I am Prajnanam Brahma, I am Atma Brahma. That is the message of India. That is the message of Gurudev, Sree Narayana Guru. And those who are fortunate enough to receive education in this Brahm Vidyalaya, which was conceived by Gurudev, they have a special responsibility, a special duty to convey this message to the world. And I assure you, the world is hungry. The world wants to have something which can unite everybody, which can bring everybody together. You have a great task ahead. I give you my best wishes. I am very happy to inaugurate these celebrations. And I once again express you my gratitude that you have invited me to inaugurate this program. Thank you very much. Nanni Valre, Jai Hind. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.